2017, a 26-year-old woman walked into one of Manhattan's most exclusive banks. She had no job, no real assets, no verifiable income. She walked out with a $100,000 loan. Over 4 years, this woman convinced some of the smartest people in New York, bankers, lawyers, real estate moguls, to hand her nearly $275,000. She stayed in $400 a night hotel rooms for months without paying. She almost secured a $40 million loan for a private art club. Her name was Anna Delvey, or at least that's what she wanted everyone to believe. Today, we're going to dissect the exact psychological techniques she used to manipulate New York's elite, not to teach you how to scam, but to show you how easily you could become her next victim. The persona Sorokin, was born in 1991 in a working-class town outside Moscow. Her father was a truck driver. Her mother ran a small convenience store. Nothing about her background screamed wealthy heiress. But here's what Anna understood that most people don't. Identity is a performance. When she arrived in New York in 2013, she didn't just change her name to Anna Delvey. She built an entire character, a German heiress with a €60 million trust fund waiting to be unlocked. This is the first psychological principle she exploited, the halo effect. When we see someone dressed in expensive clothes, speaking with confidence, surrounded by luxury, our brains automatically assume they must be wealthy, intelligent, and trustworthy. Anna spent her limited money strategically. Designer glasses, the right handbags, perfectly curated outfits. She looked the part before she had a single dollar to her name. But here's the darker truth. She didn't need millions to look like millions. She needed maybe $10,000 worth of clothes and accessories to unlock doors worth $275. That's a 2,750% return on investment. Just from appearances. The lesson: your brain trusts what it sees, and Anna knew exactly what to show you. The social proof machine. But looking rich isn't enough. Plenty of people dress well and get nowhere. Anna's genius was understanding the second principle, social proof. We trust people who other people trust. If a banker sees that a real estate mogul believes in Anna, the banker believes too. If a gallery owner sees Anna with a famous artist, the gallery owner opens doors. Anna weaponized this. Her first targets weren't banks, they were people, specifically people with influence, but not enough skepticism. She befriended a photo editor at Vanity Fair. She connected with artists she met at Fashion Week. She collected relationships like currency. One of her victims later said, "I thought, well, she knows all these people, so she must be legitimate." That's social proof, working exactly as designed. Here's the technique. Anna would name-drop someone she'd just met as if they were close friends. Then she'd use that manufactured closeness to impress the next person, and the next. Each connection validated the previous lie. Each person she fooled made fooling the next person easier. It's a pyramid scheme of trust. And the scariest part, the people vouching for her had no idea they were vouching for a lie. They genuinely believed she was wealthy because, well, everyone else seemed to believe it too. The commitment trap. Now here's where Anna's manipulation gets truly sophisticated. She stayed at the 11 Howard Hotel in Soho for months. The bills kept growing. $30,000, eventually over $50,000. Why didn't they kick her out after the first unpaid week? The sunk cost fallacy. Once the hotel had let her stay for a month without payment, kicking her out meant admitting they'd made a mistake. It meant losing any chance of recovering that money. So they let her stay longer, hoping she'd pay eventually. Anna understood this perfectly. She would make partial payments, just enough to keep hope alive. $5,000 here, $10,000 there. Never enough to clear the debt, but enough to keep them trapped. She used the same technique with banks. When applying for loans, she would spend months in back and forth, submitting documents, answering questions, making the bankers invest their time. After 6 months of work on a loan application, what banker wants to admit they've been chasing a fraud? It's easier to believe the next document will be the one that verifies everything. This is called escalation of commitment. The more someone invests in believing you, the harder it becomes for them to stop believing. Anna didn't just lie. She made people complicit in maintaining the lie. The confidence paradox. But perhaps her most powerful weapon was the simplest, absolute, unshakable confidence. Watch any interview with Anna. Read any account from people who met her. The same word keeps appearing. Confident. Not arrogant. Not aggressive. Just certain. When a hotel questioned her payment, she didn't get defensive. She acted annoyed, as if they were wasting her time, as if questioning her was beneath both of them. This exploits a deep psychological truth. We assume confident people have reasons to be confident. If someone acts like they belong in a room, we assume they belong. If someone acts offended by our suspicion, we assume our suspicion is wrong. Anna's confidence was so complete that when things went wrong, people blamed themselves before blaming her. One friend who paid for Anna's $62,000 trip to Morocco said she felt guilty asking for the money back. Guilty for asking to be repaid. That's the power of performed confidence. It reverses the moral equation. Suddenly, doubting the manipulator makes you the bad person. Why smart people fell? Here's the question everyone asks. How did smart, successful people fall for this? The answer is uncomfortable. They fell for it precisely because they were smart and successful. Wealthy, educated people have a blind spot. They believe they can spot a con. They think manipulation is something that happens to naive people, not them. This overconfidence is exactly what Anna exploited. She targeted people in finance, art, real estate, industries built on deal-making and trust, people who pride themselves on reading others, and she used their confidence against them. When you believe you're too smart to be fooled, you stop looking for the signs that you're being fooled. So ask yourself, do you think you would have spotted Anna Delvey? If you answered yes with confidence, you might be exactly her type. Anna Delvey served 2 years in prison. She was released, then detained by ICE, then put on house arrest. And now, she's back. Walking New York Fashion Week runways, with an ankle monitor, hosting dinner parties with celebrities, launching a PR firm, planning a clothing line. The woman who stole $275,000 through pure manipulation is now being celebrated as a cultural icon. What does that tell us about what we really value? Maybe the most disturbing truth isn't that Anna Delvey fooled so many people. It's that part of us admires her for it. If this breakdown made you see manipulation differently, subscribe. We expose the psychology that controls human behavior so you can recognize it before it controls you.